This is the iPhone 16e, not the iPhone SE 4, although I kind of wish it was called that. But anyway, I've had this for 48 hours and I want to share with you guys some more thoughts and what I've experienced in the past 2 days of using this phone. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. Let's start things off with design. So this is definitely a departure from the iPhone SE, and we don't even have the iPhone SE lineup anymore. It's now a part of the iPhone 16, which I kind of think it should not have been called that, because this is an iPhone 14-esque design, because it's flatter frames, rounder corners. It's just the build and quality of the iPhone 14, albeit the back right here is a single 40 megapixel camera setup, which I personally like how minimal it looks, and it has that frosted matte black finish. So from like a rear viewpoint, like it looks really cool, really clean and minimal in my opinion. I don't know, I just like how it looks from this point of view. And then we do have the action button, which I wish it was the mute switch. I don't know why Apple got rid of it. Volume button's right here. We don't have camera control, so do keep that in mind. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it not having camera control. USB-C has been great, and that makes sense because obviously all the iPhones now are USB-C, and then there's the whole EU of not being able to have Lightning and all that stuff, so it only makes sense to have USB-C. Now, here's the thing. It has a 6.1-inch display, 60 Hz refresh rate as to be expected, but it is a full display now with the notch. And I'll be honest with you, when I first got it out of the box and I set it up and I started using it afterwards, I started to feel like, and I still feel like this design is outdated. It really is outdated, especially if you have an iPhone 16 with dynamic island, especially if you have an iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max with really slim bezels. This just feels super outdated. There is Face ID, which is a plus, but I don't know. I just don't like the display itself, especially since I have used past iPhone devices. Now, if you are going to be upgrading from the iPhone SE3, SE2, or even the original iPhone SE, it's going to be a good upgrade. But other than that, I don't really see you upgrading from like an iPhone 12 Pro or 13 or 13 Pro to this phone, because there are some omissions with this phone that I want to discuss with you guys that have kind of changed my experience and my thoughts about this phone. But it also is IP68 dust and water resistant, which is a good thing, and it's an updated design. So I think overall with the design itself, this is a good upgrade. As if it were called the SE4, it would have been a good upgrade. But being a 16e, being a part of the 16 lineup, I don't know if it's like, if it has the same, fits that design elements. I don't know. It's a weird how they named this iPhone 16e. It just throws everything off in my opinion. Now, when we come to the software and the performance, it has iOS 18 on board. It has Apple Intelligence, and it has the Apple A18. But with one less core. How is that going to affect day-to-day performance? Not much. Like I didn't notice anything. I'll be honest. I didn't notice anything at all. And I'm not going to put it side by side and see which app opens faster when compared to the iPhone 16. But it's not like I'm going to sit here and do that. Like, no, I'm just going to use the phone, and if it opens up fast enough, there you go. Like it's not too much of an issue of having one less core. So you're not going to have any problems when it comes to the performance and the software. Whatever you have on here, iOS 18 with the iPhone 16, you're going to have with the iPhone 16e. So day-to-day so far has been very good. You're not going to notice any compromises with this software and then with the performance. And then obviously it's an iPhone, so you're going to be getting about like 6 to 7 years of software updates. So that is a plus. I don't really think Apple Intelligence is a selling feature still. I don't know why they're marketing so much, because they still have yet to release a lot of features. It's not fully ready, and I don't know. It's just, I really don't think Apple Intelligence, these AI features, are really going to persuade a lot of people. At least for me, it's not going to. It's not a feature. It's not a reason for me to buy a phone. But moving aside from software and performance, because it does perform pretty good, the cameras. So, or not the cameras, but the camera. Let's talk about the rear camera, 40 megapixel. It's good. It is good, but you would expect it to be the same camera lens as the iPhone 16, right? 48 megapixels. No, it's not. It's a little bit different. It's a smaller lens, so it's not the same exact one found in the iPhone 16. And because this is smaller, it's not going to perform as well when you have lower lit conditions. But in normal daylight and all that stuff, you know, it gets the job done. It's all right. But if you want the best of the best when it comes to the iPhone cameras, this is most certainly not going to be on your list. And I think a lot of people who are going to be picking up the iPhone 16e are probably not looking to have the best of the best cameras anyway, but decent camera setup. Just a, you know, a decent camera lens is going to take good photos and good videos. Nothing, you know, too nitpicky and all that stuff. If that's the case for you, then this is going to be a pretty good camera. Now the battery life has been very good. Now I've only had it for 48 hours, 2 days, and you know, you can only do so much with it, but it has been very good. And I think it's going to be lasting longer than my iPhone 16. Now, apparently it has a pretty, I think it has a larger battery than the iPhone 16 too, close to a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So I'm going to have to test it more, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But so far it's looking like this is going to be having better battery life than the iPhone 16. But the one thing I don't like about this is Apple did not add MagSafe to this. And for the price they're paying, I think it's questionable. I use MagSafe. Like, I have a MagSafe charger on my desk right here on this table where I'm recording this. I have MagSafe in my bedroom. I have MagSafe in my car. I'm using MagSafe all the time. And that's really how I exclusively charge my iPhone 16 and my iPhone 16 Pro. So this, you know, not having that, and yes, you can pick up a third-party case with MagSafe and have it charged that way, but I don't have a case right now, so I can't really do that. And I wish it was there. I really do wish. Now, I guess Apple, you know, has said and stated that the audience that this iPhone 16e is intended for doesn't really use MagSafe, doesn't really care for MagSafe too much, but I don't think that's true. And if you have, let's say you have an iPhone 12, right, that came out in 2020, and you want to pick up something but with something new, but without spending too much, like your budget is $599, and you want to pick up the iPhone 16. Okay, that's right, but you've been so accustomed to using MagSafe accessories, so when you pick this up and you try using like your MagSafe wallet, for example, it's not going to work. And I think a lot of people are actually not happy with this. I know Apple says that it's not intended for, you know, this designated audience, but I think the exact opposite. I think a lot of people are going to be upset that this doesn't have MagSafe. And for $599, it's like, well, that, I don't think that was a feature that should have been omitted to have, you know, because of this higher price tag. If this was priced at $499, I would understand, but for $599, I don't know. But again, I'm going to use this a little bit more and then see if I still kind of feel the same way after, you know, a couple of weeks. But I'll get back to you on that. But so far, I'm not really happy with the omission of MagSafe. When it comes to the price, $599 for 128 gigs. It's going to be a hard sell. It truly is going to be a hard sell. First of all, Apple has exited like the $300-400 budget market, or like mid-range. This is like premium mid-range market now. They've exited those markets, and I truly think this is not a budget phone. Whoever says the iPhone 16 is a budget iPhone, that's not true. I don't think that is true at all. $599 for a brand new phone, no. You can pick up an iPhone 15 Pro. That's going to be better in almost every single category. Maybe the battery life will be a little bit iffy, but the camera is going to perform way better. It's going to be much more improved with design, just a better design and build quality overall. It's going to have MagSafe and refurbished. You can get it for around the same price. And it's going to have Apple Intelligence 2, A17 Pro chipset. Like, it's going to be a very good phone. I don't think it's worth, you know, paying $599 for this. Again, this is just the very beginning. I'll let you guys know in a couple weeks when I do post a follow-up video. But for now, I don't know. It's a decent phone. Don't get me wrong. I like it, and especially like the back of the phone right here, just because like how minimal it looks. But there are weird omissions that have been made with this phone, and I think those who are looking to upgrade from like an iPhone SE 3 or an SE 2, then this is going to be a good, decent upgrade. But if you're coming from like an iPhone 13 or an iPhone 14 or even newer, it's going to be a weird upgrade. It's going to be a weird choice. I don't even think it's going to be an upgrade. And honestly, I think Apple should have called this the iPhone SE 4 and left it at $499. Then it would have been a very, very good price. Now, there are some other omissions I didn't really talk about because they didn't really affect the way I use the phone. It doesn't have Wi-Fi 7 or Wi-Fi 6E or anything like that. So it's not going to have the fastest Wi-Fi speeds. But how important is that for a lot of people? I don't know. For me, it's not too important. So, I'll just throw it out there. But I don't know. Just for the emissions, it's not going to be, I think, $599 worthy. But that's just my thoughts and experience. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy, definitely be sure to superman the like button. Leave any types of comments, questions, concerns about the iPhone 16e or about the channel down below. And best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next video.